Meghan attacked as compared to a Japanese princess whose statement made Meghan put to shame. Japan's former Princess Mako has broken her silence on the comparisons that have been made by the public and the media between her and Meghan Markle. Mako, the 30-year-old niece of Japan's Emperor Naruhito, spoke about the ongoing comparisons being made between her and the Duchess of Sussex. The eldest daughter of Crown Prince Fumihito took part in a press conference on Tuesday, after registering her marriage with her former university classmate Keiko Muro. Mako, who lost her title of princess upon marrying a commoner, was asked in a question submitted by the press ahead of the conference her thoughts on the comparison to Meghan and whether she was planning, after relocating to New York with her new husband, to give an interview much like Meghan and Prince Harry have done in March. She replied, "As for the comparison, I don't have any particular thoughts. I would like to refrain from answering any questions about my future personal life. I am not considering giving any interviews at the moment. What I would like is just to lead a peaceful life in my new environment." Comparisons between Meghan and Mako were sparked as both royals experienced intense media and public scrutiny, with which they struggled. Moreover, they both chose to relocate to the US with their partners to start a new life after changing their royal status. Mako and Kay's relationship has been marred by public criticism, with some members of the public accusing the husband of taking advantage of her links with the imperial family. Meghan Markle, Prince Harry under fire for crafting an isolated world outside the royal family. Experts believe Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have completely isolated themselves by cutting the royal family out of their inner circle. This claim's been made by royal commentator Tom Bower, and during his interview with Closer magazine he was quoted saying, "I believe Meghan is a very stubborn person, but I think eventually even she'll realize that this isolated world she and Harry and built for themselves was a poisonous choice. They seem so desperate to control the narrative that they can't risk anyone else influencing it, but this will simply cause more damage to them in the future, when their children grow up with no family around them." The Duke of Sussex Prince Harry was without compass and didn't know which way to turn before he met Meghan Markle, royal biographer Andrew Morton has claimed on a podcast. Prince Harry was very angry before he met the woman who would go on to become his wife, a royal expert has claimed. Biographer Andrew Morton said that the Duke of Sussex didn't know which way to turn and was without compass for years before Meghan Markle came into his life. As much as the future Duchess turned his life around, Harry also found purpose in setting up the Invictus Games, OK reports. Prince Harry was a very angry young man and he was taking on the world, he was taking on paparazzi photographers particularly, Andrew said on podcast Royal. He was stumbling out of bars disheveled and worse the wear for drink, and he didn't seem to have a compass. Listen to the Mirror's pod Save the Queen for all the latest royal news and analysis. Andrew added, he was struggling to find himself and struggling with the loss of his mother, struggling to come to terms with it, and as a young man, he wasn't always the popular Harry of popular imagination. The royal expert argued that the launch of the Invictus Games for wounded servicemen and women in 2014 gave Harry a cause in life. He continued, he'd cleaned up his act, he'd gotten involved in the Invictus Games, he had found his cause in life. He stuck to that, helping disabled, mentally injured soldiers and servicewomen to find themselves, and I think that was something that helped him find himself.